So it so been doing Cisco Voice, Cisco Contact Center for many years. What Webex Contact Center brings is a lot more API integrations, a lot more ability to interact with a lot of other products. It also brings in digital channels for our customers. Whether that's chat, whether that is, of course, voice, whether that is SMS, text messages, that stuff like that. The interaction and the ability to do multiple digital channels is really nice from a cloud-based system or a contact center solution. That's you can bring all those in emails and another emails, digital channels coming in. So all of those are ability that one agent could be taking multiple of those things at one time. That's the really nice thing that Webex Contact Center can bring. That's my previous experience in UCCX had limitations of what it can do. So the digital channels is one of those. I definitely think the digital channels definitely stands out as a unique product. Like I say, that from a contact center agent standpoint, that is when you got customers or maybe retail customers or that stuff, it's a great fit for that. For anybody really trying to deal with customers. With the Webex Contact Center cloud-based system, it really has no way right now to manage on-prem phones. It's now starting to get where we can get presence status in the cloud-based phones where it can monitor so that, say, for instance, an agent picks up their phone or goes, makes an outbound call just directly out without using the Webex Contact Center app. It wouldn't know about that agent making that call. So technically, they could receive another call coming in from the queue, which is a limitation, right? So now your agent's already talking, and I've got another inbound call coming to me. We have an environment for customers that, say it's a doctor's office, and the gal that's taking the checkouts is also the one that's answering phones in the queue. Well, she may be working with somebody. She may make an outbound call to say, hey, you've got an appointment coming up. But while that's there, now you got an inbound call coming from the queue. And so she has to manually go change her status. That present status is being updated. I understand that it's kind of a work in progress in the product, but that's a limitation of that. Same goes with reporting, right? If that outbound user picks up the phone and makes an outbound call, it's not going to get reported on unless we have some tie into those systems. And I know other cloud-based contact centers have the same challenges, but I think WebRTC might be the solution for that, right? Where I'm using a web browser as your audio and video, mic and that stuff. But that's some of the challenges. So. Right now, I would say I'm probably between a 7 and 8. Just it depends on what the customer wants for their, if there's some things like the reporting. If the reporting is a big issue to them, that they can't just report on any calls that are made from the phone, that might not be a solution fix for them. But for the most customers, especially if they're traditional-based contact centers, it is a good fit. And with the digital channels that come in, that they can now start taking chat, messages or SMS text or emails or whatever like that, there are some advantages to having those channels. And for that scenario, as long as the customer understands, we have a couple of these, I'll call one-offs or caveats, right? Until we get those figured out, I'm good with taking customers to that product. And I think they'll have a good experience. I'm like, customer, the big customer I just brought, they love it. They absolutely love the product. They have the integration with they use Google Text to Speech, so they can type out their prompts. They can change their prompts, menu options on the fly. They can type out what they want to say, and the Google text to speech, reads that message to the callers, so they don't have to record the prompts, and that's something they absolutely love, and I think it's been a good fit for them. So. Retail is one because of the digital channels I think I already mentioned. Well suited for, and I think we definitely got customers that fit that really well. I think it would fit. I think it will fit customers that have distributed stores or distributed branch offices. I think that's a real good fit for them from a cloud-based system. Or people that work from home in a hybrid work environments, contact centers working from home, all good fits. Where I don't think it fits real well right now is when you've got customers that depend on that phone system being up. We lose our internet connectivity. Now I can't get to my cloud-based Webex cloud-based contact center. I have to switch to some other way to get out to the internet. Or customers that, the business model says, I cannot by company policy put my stuff in the cloud, right? And there's limitations. And I got a customer like that needs it on-prem, and Webex Contact Center is not going to be a fit for them, or Webex Calling or any of those cloud-based systems are not going to be a fit for them. And we need on-prem solutions for that. So. I'd give it an 8 probably as well. There's always room for improvement on that. And it's not a hard product to use once you get used to it. And scripting and that stuff and the flows, screening the flows is a fairly easy thing to do. So it will definitely impact all of our organizations, any of our customers, and even including our own. But it's because it can have so many functionalities to it. It's a good fit. It's a good fit for a lot of customers. So, and I think it will make the end user, the customers, more profitable. My customers more profitable because the agent can do more and have more channels. Makes it better for them. That's what I'd say. I think that comes down to, I think it probably influences in most of there again with the agents being able to take now emails, for instance, coming in. We've kind of had that, but emails coming in, chat messages, as well as voice calls. They can handle some of those. Agents are able to handle those simultaneously to do more and be more productive in their jobs. Not all agents are capable of multitasking. So, there's some downside challenges too, but that's my gut. For the customers I've gone to it's been a big impact. I'll say big impact. There's been a little bit of an impact for them. I think as we continue to grow the product for them, I think that will be a bigger impact. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I think there's room for improvements. I think that definitely there's some things that I feel like is lacking in the product that could be going, that could be better. And I know what's on the docket for Cisco to come out with solutions to fix those items are going to get there. It may be a year out before we get there, but I definitely think we're on the right track. We're trending right. But I think the product will be a good product when it's done. I think there's a lot of marketing going around it right now, and I think that kind of put on a pedestal is really high, but there's some things that, that I think that we're still waiting on, right? There's still things that is not quite there yet. And for some of my customers, that's a big deal. For some of my customers, that's not such a big deal. And like I said, I got a customer out who loves it, but we also got a customer that's not happy with the product at all. And it's just the difference, the way they run their agents and what their agents do. Not that we deployed it differently. It's just some limitations that the one customer hates and another customer likes. So I think that's really comes down to that. So, so do I think that it means hypes? No, in some cases I don't think it does. I think there's some things that they need to yeah, and we'll get there, right? I'm not saying that Cisco's not going to get there. They're going to get there. So. For my customer, the one I just recently deployed, yes, it went pretty well. They've been really happy with it. The rollout we had prior to that for the customer before that, not so much. We had a lot of things we had to jump through to get that to work. And like I said, even now, our customer's not even happy with it. They're not happy with the deployment just because the way they do their jobs, they have what they have their agents do. They're not been happy with it. So I will continue to recommend it to customers. Just like I said, I have to talk through it with the customer because I think it's where Cisco's going with things. I think it's the product that's going to be the best product in the end time. And especially if they're looking to develop those digital channels that I love about the product, I think it will be a good fit for a lot of customers. So yes, I will continue to recommend the product. We as our own company we'll be going to it as well. We're working on that now in the process of rolling it out. So, do I feel like, do I feel like I'll recommend it? I'll buy it again? Yes. I'll sell it. I'll buy it again. Well, I mean, we use lots of products, but, from a Cisco standpoint, whether it's Meraki, switches, firewalls, access points, that stuff, Catalyst-based switches, I do a lot of that still. I do a lot of Cisco on-prem call manager still, and all the on-prem servers. I got a lot of that. Been doing that for many years. So there's lots of other softwares that we use, I guess. I'd recommend any of them to a colleague. Yep.